And now Raymond intercepts and chips it ahead for Kessler. Racing to join him is Higgins. Raymond 2, Kessler centers, Higgins scores!
Oh, was that nice?
First is a Canuck for Chris Higgins. And the Canucks are up 3-0.
Boy, oh boy. And we talked about this before the game, John, how Chris Higgins has that instinct.
Burrows to Bieksa. Wrist shot. Loose puck. Higgins has his second of the game. Chris Higgins on the power play as that puck found its way onto his stick, and it's 4-1.
That's a good smart play by Kevin Bieksa, and Antoine Vermette's not very happy.
Hard outlet, here's Chris Higgins. That's a great pass. He's trying to send Kessler in. Kessler has to track down the puck. Plays it back. Kevin Bieksa, shot, score! Tipped by Higgins. Kessler to Bieksa, and a tip in for Higgins. 1-0 Vancouver. Quickly, hand to Bieksa, and Vancouver's right back in. Bieksa with a nice move. Lapierre, 3-on-1. Higgins scores! No light came on, no signal. I was sure that was in the net.
It was in the net, but the official behind the play.
He got the puck to Mike Fisher, got out of his own zone, but he's turned back at the blue line. Alex Edler to Chris Higgins, trying to break to the net. Higgins draws a penalty. Kessler got the puck. Higgins with a shot, he scores! On a delayed penalty call, Chris Higgins gets the goal. He drew the penalty, and Vancouver has forged ahead 2-1. Vancouver's up to 30 shots again, and they won this faceoff. Second power play unit, Mason Raymond with Burrows screening. Centering pass, Higgins shoots, he scores!
The exit, pass across, off the bench is Jannik Hansen. Hansen to Malhotra, wrist shot, scores! Higgins was in front. I don't know if he tipped it. A long shot from Malhotra, and the game's tied at 1.
Bieksa moves up, takes a hit from Ronaldo. Stays along the boards, gets it deep. Burrows behind the net. Alex Burrows waiting. Side of the net, scores! Chris Higgins! And again, Vancouver's within 1.
Here's Higgins chasing after a puck. Vancouver's 2-on-1. Hodson's in front. Higgins for Hodson. Higgins scores as the puck came right back to him. Now it's 4-1.
Now does Barry Trotz make a goaltender change on this?
Carl Alsner, Jason Chimera up against the pinching Hamhuis, who held the puck in. Shovel to the side of the net. Here's Higgins. Stopped by Voku. Rebound. He scores. Chris Higgins. Chris Higgins with his own rebound, and Vancouver has a 2-1 lead. Henrik Sedin from Alex Edler, another point tonight. Ryan Kessler on the Vancouver scoring play. Here they come again. Hansen in front. Higgins scores! Quick strike. Chris Higgins with his second of the game. Set up by Jannik Hansen. 6-4 Vancouver.
And now Hansen trying to spring. It's a brick for Higgins. Right hand scores! Chris Higgins with a beauty. In alone on Mika Kiprasov.
Chris Higgins on the left wing. Wrist shot deflects over to Salo on the right side. He throws one to the near side, waiting his Hamhuis. Slap shot. Deflected in! Higgins on the tip, and the Canucks celebrate a 2-1 victory. Higgins on the right wing leaves for David Booth. Cuts wide, round the net, backhand attempt. Higgins on the rebound, scores! A goal in the final minute of the second, and the Canucks have their first lead.
% of their morning skates are optional. Not today. Canucks to the attack here. There's Sammy Salo from the blue line. Shot wide of the net. Ryan Kessler's on the ice. In front is Higgins. All alone. Scores! Chris Higgins with a beauty backhander. And Vancouver has a 1-0 lead, a minute and 2 seconds in.
Here's a long lead pass. In comes Mason Raymond on the break. Raymond in. Stopped by Howard. Rebound. Score! Chris Higgins. And Vancouver has the lead. Three and a half to go in the second. Here's Jannik Hansen. Higgins with a shot. He scores. Ripped it top shelf. Higgins from Hansen and Hodgson. And it's 4-1.
Nikolai Habibulin, we were informed by our intrepid reporter Dan Murphy.
Up the boards, Burrows for Higgins. He's got room at center. He's got an empty net. Chris Higgins scores. Stars move right back in. Riders checked, and here comes Higgins. Goligoski stumbled. Higgins moves in with a wrist shot. Scores! Just the slightest of openings for Higgins to get down the right wing, and he took advantage of it to make it 1-0.
Bouncing it in behind the Avalanche net. Vancouver with more pressure here. At the point, Kevin Bieksa, no shot, gets it to the slot. Paulson dropping it now. Higgins shot, scores! Top shelf to tie it. Hamhuis finds Bieksa at center. He'll flip it inside the zone, takes a bit of a shot from O'Brien. Very shoved off the puck by Jannik Hansen. Hansen tees it up for Higgins, and he scores! Higgins with the game winner, his second of the night, as Jannik Hansen, forecheck pressure, turns the puck over for Vancouver.
Jones gets it to the left point to Hunwick, but he bobbled the puck. It's picked up by Paulson. Lead pass. Higgins has a breakaway. Short-handed. Scores! He loves playing Colorado this week. Chris Higgins makes it 1-0.
Hansen intercepts and chips it out. That third attempt to the lines, but now Hansen's in. And Goligoski closed quickly on him. Higgins loose in front, scores! Chris Higgins! 1-0 Vancouver. Centering pass to Sedin. And Clark blocked his angle. Now Sedin centers it loose. Puck Solani couldn't get to it. Back goes to Hamhuis with a shot. And score! Chris Higgins on the deflection. And the game is tied again.
Blue line pass. Garrison to Max Lapierre. Tries a wrist shot. Deflected in. At the side of the goal, Chris Higgins got the tip, and the Canucks lead 2-0.
Street tried to clear it. Kept in by Bieksa. His shot blocked. Rebound score! Chris Higgins! Flames couldn't clear the puck. Canucks made them pay. Chris Higgins makes it 4-1.
Here's Kessler taking a pass at center. Lead pass to Dale Weiss on the left wing. Weiss feeds it back to Higgins in the high slot. Higgins left circle with a shot.
Higgins in the bottom of the second for Vancouver. He's going to go wide. Now picks up speed. He scores. Christopher Higgins has tied the shootout.
Well, he goes way wide. Pat brings his puck in, and
Higgins back to Edler. Wrist shot, changed direction, didn't get through. Good job by Higgins to free up the puck again. From behind the net, wraparound attempt, scores! Chris Higgins on the backhand. And the Canucks have 3 on Jimmy Howard, and they're back up by 1.
Slava Voinov back the other way, dumped it in, and Hamhuis will flip it in the air and get the puck right back out to center. Juriski's long shot in went off a leg. Higgins to the empty net, dead center. He handled that like he had no question.
Beijing covers with the blue line. Down the boards, that's blocked. Here's a lead pass and a breakaway for Higgins. Moving it on Taylor. Chris Higgins scores! Canucks draw first blood as Higgins makes it 1-0. here's Zach Cassian. Power move in front, loose puck. And the Wild dig it free, but can't move it out. Alberts, Higgins, one-timer, he scores! Chris Higgins from a terrible angle, but he knew the goaltender was scrambling and able to get the Canucks on the board. His shootout attempt, if memory serves, he came off the left wing and went glove side in scoring. We'll see what he has planned as this one gets underway. He will shade left. There it is. Centering pass, Higgins in perfect position. He'll try a shot, and he scores as well.
No doubt about that one.
Up two, you don't have to gain center.
No. That's one of those like they have in Chicago where you win a car.
They've had some chances here this period. Here's another one. Higgins scores! Chris Higgins set up by Yannick Hansen. Canucks still down a couple, but they're on the board.
Well, Tennyson, who led that rush, gets back, but he gets...
Justin Schultz goes to the front. Bieksa knocked the pass away, and the Canucks have 3 to center. Roy's in on the right wing. 2 teammates with him. Derek Roy centers. Higgins scores! Alish Hemsky's shaken up. He went hard into the boards trying to defend as Higgins makes it 3-0.
Turns, passes to Henrik Sedin behind the goal. Henrik looking in front. Henrik shovels for Higgins, scores!
Chris Higgins finally has his first after so many shots. Set up by Henrik Sedin, and Higgins ties the game at 2.
A little line shuffle by...
Moving it on Myers. Plays the puck in behind. Cylinder there. Hands it to Santorelli. Centers. Now a shot. They score!
The pass was knocked away, but it came right to Chris Higgins. And suddenly he's got the hot hand as Higgins makes it 1-0.
Here's Bieksa trying to move in. Kevin Bieksa with a wrist shot. Stop. Higgins scores on the rebound.
Nabokov served it up to him. And the hometown kid, well, he's not a kid anymore, but he's Chris Higgins.
Very good.
Here's Higgins in on the left side with a wrist shot. Scores! It went up, Polak and in. And Chris Higgins is open to scoring.
What a great shot by Chris Higgins as he saw that Polak wasn't going to let him pass it across.
You love that style of play because they give their body up for some sacrifice.
Morgan Riley couldn't knock the puck down. Here's a chance for Higgins. Burrow's trying to get loose. Higgins shoots. He scores!
Luongo had to retreat. He wasn't sure he'd be allowed to play that one. Puck is centered for Hurdle, and it's off a Canuck sticking out to center. Visit Ramada.ca for best rates and special offers, and a goal we can tell you about for Vancouver. Timing is everything, and Chris Higgins has given the Canucks the lead, 3-2 with 1:05 to go in the first.
Oh, wow.
Hamuse in on the left wing. Slides the puck for the end boards. Kulikov couldn't come up with it. Here's Santorelli across the crease. Loose puck in front. Higgins scores! Chris Higgins able to jam it past Thomas, and 3.5 minutes into the second, he ties the game at 1. And the puck is held in by Schlemko. Round for Ribeiro. His pass blocked. Higgins gives chase. He's got Richardson and Bieksa with him. Higgins cutting it on goal. He shoots. He scores! All's well that ends well, I suppose. Canucks give a point to a division rival, but they get 2 themselves as Higgins ends it at 3:41 of overtime.
Perron chasing Garrison, but he made the play. And the Canucks, Santorelli tipped the puck over the line. Kessler gathered it in, passes back. Higgins scores! Wow. Lightning fast. Kessler got to the puck, and Higgins wasted no time in the release. Hit it before it got to the boards. And he's in for Higgins. Centering Santorelli to the net. Stopped by Rask. Made a second save as well as he stayed with it. A backhanded block. Higgins scores!
Peverly after the puck behind the Canuck net. Bieksa winds up with it. Santorelli gets it to the line, held in by Canuck. Now Santorelli ahead to Higgins. Canucks are 2-on-1. Higgins cutting towards the goal. Chris Higgins shoots. He scores! Big goal for Chris Higgins as he went top shelf to make it 2-1.
Kevin Canuck gets caught in no man's land.
Up against Corrado, stolen, but Valley put it in front. And the paddle down for Eddie Lack. And under the scrum comes Yannick Hansen. Got Higgins with the step. Chris Higgins scores!
Chris Higgins for the win. Scores! And the remaining players on the bench pour onto the ice in celebration.
Bartley hit him in the corner. Puck comes to Brad Richardson. Sends one on goal. That deflects to the other side. Here's Chris Tanner. Dropping. Weiss towards the net. Tipped in. Chris Higgins. A beautiful deflection up under the bar, and Higgins makes it 1-0. Runs into Shane Doan in the corner. Burrows gets the puck. Saw Brad Richardson hunched over his last penalty killing shift. He's gone to the Vancouver dressing room. Here's a goal. Chris Higgins right in the goal crease. And against the flow here in the second period, the Canucks regain the lead.
With Patrick Sharp and Marian Hossa, Corey Crawford against Roberto Luongo. In this third meeting, 5 of the last 7 between these two teams have gone beyond 60 minutes. And right away, Chris Higgins scores 16 seconds in.
Big stop. That was very close to Montreal's 7th short-handed goal. And here they come again, back the other way as Vancouver blocking stop by Post. And a deflection in front ends up in the net. A power play goal for the Canucks, who are on the board, 2-1.
Schrader shoots, and that was off the stick of Hamonic and over top of the net. Hansen, from the corner. Back to Garrison. Weber, one-timer off the post. Rebound, Higgins scores. Rebound goals. John Trudell will love it. It's 1-0.
For Vancouver. Higgins in on Pavlik, scores! And the Vancouver Canucks get a much-needed 2 points in Winnipeg.
He's a shooter. Don't look for him to make too many moves. Higgins moves in, scores!
Here's Higgins now. He's got Bonino with him. Bonino, toe drag, back to Higgins. Rebound, scores! And the Canucks come right back to tie the game, 1-1.
He and Bomeister were 1-2 for the longest time in terms of the longest Ironman streak going. Here's a chance for Alex Burrows to break in down the left side. He shoots, stop, rebound, Higgins scores! Chris Higgins put home the loose change, and the Canucks take an early lead just 41 seconds in.
That's one of those Jay Allen will think, okay, I should
Keep this Kings team hemmed in their own zone. Very few times in this entire game. And they get a break there.
It won't be a shutout tonight as Chris Higgins has put the puck in behind Jonathan Quick, and it's a 5-1 game.
And you know, every player on the LA bench right now is disappointed and upset.
The Canucks have used a lot of that tonight. Burrows couldn't get away. He's with Higgins and Bonino. An outlet, another turnover. This time by Keith Ollie. Chris Higgins with a shot, he scores!
Mr. Garrett will be in charge of finding somewhere we can watch all those games. There's a goal from the side. Bobrovsky fooled by Chris Higgins. And Vancouver opens the scoring with 4.5 to go in the second.
And that's been Sergei Bobrovsky's MO this season.
Right now it's 33-30 in the hockey game in favor of Vancouver. Again, the Canucks with the 4-forward set. Bonino manning a point along with Kevin Bieksa. Bonino moves in deep with a pass. Now Higgins scores, set up by Vade. Tannen to Dan Hamhuis. slows and finds Tanev, high slot, dishes off, they score! Chris Higgins! Someone threw a hat on the ice. Pressure is on that man.
The third shooter for your Vancouver Canucks, number 20, Chris Higgins.
Off the left. Scores! Spiza collects the loose puck and skates forward. Pass to Chris Higgins. Steps in on the left wing. Pass through. Gets a return feed. He scores!
Boy, was that nice.
Higgins and Hansen with a give and go. And the Canucks are on the board.
Chris Higgins has Dorsett in front. Yannick Weber holds the puck in. Brewer breaks it up. But he can't get the puck out. Dorsett. Richardson. In comes Higgins. Scores! Back in the lineup, Chris Higgins.
The puck in behind the Canuck goal. Nick Bonino through center. Drop pass for Bada. Higgins shoots, scores! Chris Higgins off the rush, and the Canucks cut the lead in half.
Higgins. Burrows is in front. The pass from Bonino comes back to Tanev. Hamhuis. Nick Bonino. In comes Tanev. Hamhuis fires a shot. He scores!
Initiated that contract, and then watch
Dan Hamhuis. Tanev on to replace him. Hamhuis to Higgins. Into the middle. Bonino. Nice move of the line. Here's a chance for Burrows. Centers. Higgins scores! What a goal off the rush. A power play tally. And Chris Higgins makes it 4-3.
Boy, oh boy, was that smooth.
Chris Higgins will try to open the scoring in round 3. He's going to come off the left as well. Cuts to the middle. Deeks scores!
Oh, boy, very nice. We saw Chris Higgins use his same move.
Hamhuis has to rush to get to the puck and keep it in. Schlemko hard around to Granlund. He didn't get the puck out. Tanev kept it in. Higgins, hard shot from the corner. Loose puck. Higgins hit the post. Or is it in? Goal for Vancouver. Higgins put it in.
Boy, Dan O'Halloran with Jared McCann stepped up and threw a hit, and the puck stays in the Buffalo zone. Chris Higgins cuts wide, now in front, scores! Got it through Ullmark, and Chris Higgins in his second game scores his first goal. There's a mix-up in the crease, but the Canucks have tied it at 2.
Well, it's Derek Dorsett.
Bangle shot, stick saved by Kincaid. Biega. His pass didn't work, but the puck comes to Dorsett. Now intercepting in front, but they score! Higgins turning and sweeping it in past Kincaid. The puck just bouncing around in the slot, and Chris Higgins has his second in as many games.
Your penalty to Virtanen and a 5-minute power play.
Vancouver's penalty kill's been actually pretty good lately. They've killed off 18 of the last 19 in the last 8 games.
2-on-1 here. Higgins scores! Christopher Higgins ties the game with a shorthanded goal.